Now normally when you buy a mouse, it shows up like this, in a small little box with of course your essentials and nothing much more to it. But when you buy something like this, it gets a little more crazy. This is the StormBreaker Max CF collection box, and this comes of course with our StormBreaker CF mouse and a couple other cool accessories that go along with it. But yeah, this is a crazy bundle. But there's a lot of things to cover with this specific mouse, so we're gonna be talking about that in today's video. So opening up this box, you can see a lot of cool things about this particular mouse box. And of course, it's gonna come with your essentials. It's obviously gonna be coming with your StormBreaker CF mouse. You're gonna have a box with a couple stickers and accessories, and that's also going to include some skates, DOS skates, all kinds of different variations of accessories that you can add on to your StormBreaker CF. And then you're also going to be getting some Ultra Glide glass skates for those glass mouse pad users. And you're also going to be getting this really cool pyramid shaped dongle, which I think is a really cool thing. It also has connectivity for USB-C, so you just plug that straight into USB-C and then you are connected for that range extender there. Of course, the last thing in this box, which is kind of cool that they add this with it, is this really cool collection mouse pad that's from Pwnage as well. And we have taken a look at this mouse pad outside of the box, and it does kind of match that StormBreaker Max CF look to it. So definitely a cool little mouse pad if you don't have one already and you wanted to experiment with an extra one. But yeah, that's pretty much everything that comes in the box. Now, this box itself is $179, so it definitely is on the higher price for just a mouse, obviously with some extra accessories that you don't normally get. For other versions of the mouse though, the original edition colorways come in at $139. And then the limited edition ones come in at $149. So what makes this mouse different from other mice on the market is that it comes with a carbon fiber composite, which theoretically makes it stronger than other mice. And then also the main thing that I think is cool with the Pwnage Trinity and then other mice that they've been releasing recently is the adjustable sensor on the mouse. Now, typically you're not going to be thinking much about the sensor placement on a mouse, but depending on how you hold a mouse, especially an ergo mouse where it kind of guides you into holding the mouse a certain way, the sensor position can actually apparently affect a lot in terms of the movement speed of the mouse and just accuracy overall. Now, Pwnage has a ton of cool little animations and stuff like that on their website, kind of breaking down the sensor placement on the actual mouse. It's definitely something that I would have to do a little more research on to comfortably say if it's actually a benefit or not. But from what they're showing on their website, it does seem like a pretty cool accessory and thing you can do on your mouse to make it more tailored towards you. I wouldn't know exactly how to nail the exact position that would work best for your aim and stuff. It's definitely not something that I've seen a lot on the market for innovation like this, so I definitely am open to new ideas like this, because if it can actually improve aim for the particular person, it definitely makes sense why it might be worth considering the higher priced mouse like this compared to, you know, your traditional run-of-the-mill mouse that doesn't have these kinds of features. And then a few more things about the Pwnage StormBreaker Max CF is that it has a 5% increase in size compared to the original Pwnage StormBreaker, leading to a larger ergonomic shaped mouse. This shape is pretty unique, but the closest comparisons in this large ergo shape category would be things like the Razer Death Adder V3, the G Pro X Super Light Dex, and the Pulsar X Lite V4 Large. Even though this is a larger mouse, the weight is only 45 grams, and coming inside the mouse, it has the Pwnage Zero sensor. It's a custom collab with PixArt, so it is a still really reliable sensor. It is a 36,000 DPI max with an 8K polling rate, and then it also has the included dongle, which we already showed earlier in the box. This is nice because unlike other mouse brands, sometimes they'll make you buy the dongle separately, but this one comes right in the box, which we really like to see. These also have the optical Omron switches, which do sound pretty nice. I'm not the biggest fan of clicky switches in general, but these do sound really nice, and they feel really tactile, like you're gonna know whenever you press the mouse. I'm not the biggest and most experienced with different kinds of switches on mice. My G Pro Super Light 2 at home is fine, but I think I like these just a little more than the Super Light 2, so not bad switches by any means. And the battery life claims on this mouse is up to 180 hours with a full recharge in 2 hours, so not too bad. 180 hours, obviously, you're gonna be spending a lot of time gaming, and I'm not too sure if the 120 hours is with or without the 8K polling rate on, but sometimes when you do have 8K polling on, it can drain the battery a little more on mice like this, so just keep that in mind. But I'd say the 8K polling rate is still really solid. Even if you're getting like 90 hours to a full charge on this thing with 8K polling rate, I think you're gonna have no problems at all having any issues with, you know, throwing that on the charger, because it doesn't take too long to recharge as well. Taking a look at the software is not a downloadable software, it's actually a web-based software with a lot of customization available. I do like the fact that it is customizable through the web software, because you don't have to download anything to your PC, which I'm always a big advocate for. If you don't have to download something onto your PC, it's better. So having a web-based software like this is really awesome. And just one quick note about the software in general and stuff while we're on that subject is Pwnage's website. I think they have such a cool website design, and it has a lot of cool information that you can find more about all these mice and just other mice in particular compared to just the StormBreaker CF. So if you're looking for more information about this particular mouse, the StormBreaker Max CF, or any of the other ones like the Trinity, it's definitely worth taking a look at their website because they have a lot of cool stuff on there. And I've taken a look at a few other Pwnage mice that they've sent out to us, and I really do think that they have some pretty awesome stuff. I think my personal favorite so far has been the Trinity, but if you're looking for an ergonomic mouse, I think this is not a bad option. I will say, holding in your hand, it definitely does feel pretty large, and I could probably get used to it. But I honestly don't know if I would personally go with a ergonomic mouse. I think whenever feeling a Trinity in my hand, I think that was probably top notch for me. But enough talk about the specifications of this particular mouse. We could go on and on about this thing. I'm gonna bring Jackson in here real quick to talk to you guys about his use case with this mouse, because he actually used this mouse, demoed it out for a few days, and he actually does daily drive a ergonomic mouse, the G Pro X Superlight 2 Dex. So very similar in terms of size and feel. So I'm interested to see what his opinions on this mouse are, because this is something that definitely would fall in his alley more than mine. So let's hear what he has to say.
So in the few days of using this Pwnage mouse, I liked it a lot. I gotta say, I think for the price, especially the box that comes with all those accessories, it's a pretty cool deal. Mine is the Logitech G Pro X Superlight 2 Dex. So mine's very similar in terms of the design. And funny enough, this mouse is actually, I think, ever so slightly bigger as far as like the hump goes, which I kind of like. I actually like having a pretty large mouse, even though I don't have huge hands. I've just always had a bigger mouse because I kind of hold like this. I'm not like a super claw grip kind of guy or anything like that, but it glides really well. The skates that come on it from the factory are really nice. The adjustable sensor is kind of cool. Not that I don't think I would ever adjust it, honestly. I'm not that big of a mouse nerd. I just like a good mouse that's wireless and works well. So I ran it at the 1K polling rate. Battery life was great. I never charged it the whole time I used it, but ultimately I kind of just thought about it felt the same as my Logitech mouse that I paid, I think, $170 for at Best Buy, which is pretty expensive for a mouse. But I was like, you know, I don't think I'm going to swap it out because of the like blue and silver design. I think it looks really good. And if my setup, it used to be blue. My setup used to be all blue LEDs. I'd have been all over this mouse. But now I'm more of like an all black and orange kind of setup. So I think this would throw off the aesthetic. And that's one of the main reasons I didn't switch to it.
Shout out to Jackson for his giving his 2 cents on this mouse. His time using it was very helpful for us, and gave us some insight on how it is to use this mouse on a daily basis. Hope that helped you guys out. But I want to hear from you guys. Would you buy this mouse? If it were me, I'd probably pick it up if I was definitely someone who leaned on the ergonomic mouse side. With me not being an ergo user, I'd probably opt for the Trinity, because I think that just feels a little better in my hand, and the weight is really impressive on that one too. Has the same sensor adjustability as this one does, so that's definitely a plus on that end. And there's also a couple cool color options as well for pretty much all these mice across the board. Now this particular collection box that we got sent out to us here is really, really cool, but I don't know if I would buy it for the $179 price point. I'd probably save like the $40 or so and just get the more basic kit that you would normally get out of a mouse purchase. So the extra accessories are cool, and if you think you would use these, I think it definitely makes a more compelling reason to buy the collection box. But if you don't really need the mouse pad and you don't really need all the extra accessories that they don't normally come with a collection box like this, then it definitely is not a bad idea to save a couple extra bucks, because at the $140 price point, it definitely does match out your typical nice higher end lightweight competition mice like the G Pro X Superlight 2, which does make this thing a really compelling buy because of how many extra features it does come with and the fact that it also is just a bit lighter. I'll be leaving a link in the description down below for more information on the StormBreaker Max CF. So if you guys have any other questions, please leave them down in the comments below. But thanks for watching to the end if you all did, and we will see you guys next time. Peace.